Hey everybody, and welcome back to Insight Gaming Daily for Tuesday. It's Don't Leak Nintendo's Stuff or they'll come after you with the Fury of 1,000 Suns Tuesday.
A new Pokemon game is always a big deal, and there's a lot of interest leading up to the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield back in November of last year. Ooh, was that already in November? Time is just one long streak of caffeine-riddled nonsense.
Do you want to sit down?
If I sit down, I'm not going to be able to stand back up.
Speaking of sitting down, Zach, what's going on?
Yeah, I've been here the whole time. Yeah, Pokemon's one of Nintendo's biggest franchises, and people were excited about the first mainline Pokemon game to come to a traditional console. If you can call the Switch traditional, that seems like an understatement to me. It's so quirky. It does tend to upset its mom when it comes home for the holidays. Look, Switch, she wants to understand your relationship with the TV, but she just didn't grow up that way.
Since it was a Pokemon game, there were leaks. That is a roof that simply cannot be patched up. Sorry, Nintendo.
Because it was a Pokemon game, there were leaks that Farfetch'd was holding.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
And now that's a Pokemon?
Yeah, that's a Pokemon.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
And if you know anything about Nintendo, you know that they hate leaks. Who can blame them? Drips right on their head while they're trying to sleep. And they'll happily bust out their lawyers and set them after anyone who's responsible for those leaks. Release the barristers!
What is a barrister?
That is British for lawyer.
And they say,
okay.
Your Honor, now, Your Honor, I was in the queue when a lorry hit my client.
In the case of Game Boys versus this Portuguese publication.
Well, this week, Nintendo dropped the hammer and they named a leaker who they say was responsible for a lot of the early information about Sword and Shield. Hammers, swords, shields. Who wants to join my LARPing group? We meet in the park on Wednesday, 6 p.m. sharp. You have to bring your own refreshments.
You have to bring your own pool noodles covered around PVC pipes so you don't hurt each other.
Well, no, we provide those.
Yeah, Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, put out a statement pointing to a Portuguese website named FNintendo as being responsible for many of the leaks. Come on, Portugal! You don't want a 1v1 Nintendo. This will not end well. Think a whole country can take on the likes of Nintendo?
Specifically, Nintendo said that a reviewer for the site who got an early copy of the game leaked a number of photos that were taken from gameplay, which is a total asshole move, if you ask me, honestly. I mean, like, do you hear that, Nintendo? We think that guy's a dick. Please don't sue us.
In a statement, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company said the photos taken by the reviewer revealed multiple new and unannounced Pokemon from Pokemon Sword and Shield. These photographs had been posted online, and Nintendo, together with the Pokemon Company, quickly identified the person responsible for these leaks and took immediate action. We have caught and compromised to a permanent end the man who leaked our new Pokemon.
Bowser 6 will going dark.
The leaker was buried in an unmarked grave, R.I.P., which in Nintendo's case will always stand for rest in pieces. You don't get to leave this life whole when the big N gets you.
What did you just say? Yeah, Nintendo went on to say that both the reviewer and the site failed to handle confidential material, resulting in a clear breach of the confidentiality agreement between Nintendo and the media outlet.
They're referring to what's known in our journalism biz, the industry here, as an embargo. That's an agreement between a news outlet and a developer that basically says, we'll give you an early copy of our game for review, as long as you don't post anything about it until a certain date.
You mean it's not snails that you eat?
Oh, if you breach an embargo, there's pretty hefty consequences. They will come down on you like the hammer of Thor. Yeah, so that's the reason why most reviews pop up at the exact same time. If you're a journalist and you post something early, that's called breaking the embargo. It usually pisses off the developer pretty badly, which is what we're seeing here. In order of like DEF CON importance, breaking the embargo is somewhere between storming the White House lawn and like putting ketchup on a hot dog.
We're stupid fake journalists, and we don't even with embargoes. That is a guaranteed way to salt the earth and make sure no other companies trust you with information again and again. Nintendo, if you're listening, please point your legal sniper far away from us.
Yeah, Nintendo didn't announce any kind of lawsuit against FNintendo, but going forward, Nintendo said they won't work with FNintendo in the future. Yeah, no shit.
Why would they work with someone whose site is called FNintendo in the first place? Brian spelled place wrong, but we're gonna leave it in because we're imagining him casually popping off with this milky southern accent.
In the first place?
Place, working in the first place.
Please pardon me while I hide my Oscar under my chair. Back to you.
Thank you. They went on to say that Nintendo will always protect its intellectual property and brands. Leaks hurt not just Nintendo, but the thousands of employees who work hard to bring games to market, and the millions of fans around the world who look forward to news and surprises. I guess. Yeah. I mean, it ruins their PR. I don't know that it ruins anything about the game.
The fans are fine. In fact, I think fans like leaks. AKA, what they're trying to say is if you leak stuff, we're done with you. Friendship ended with Portugal. Now Spain is my new best friend.
No. They did the bullfights.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Friendship ended with Spain. No one is my new best friend.
Everyone on the west of the Pyrenees is dead to Nintendo. Done.
I'll be your best friend. Nintendo posted its own statement about the leaks, admitting its guilt and apologizing.
They wrote, "We'll sorry."
They wrote, Nintendo offered us a copy of the game for review purposes with clear embargo guidelines to which we agreed. This copy was then sent to one of our reviewers who leaked the information. Following the investigation, FNintendo severed its relationship with this reviewer. Damn, relationships ending left and right in this story.
This is a quote,
no.
technically in Portuguese though, so you have to imagine that with ballet funk music and Diplo behind it.
I don't know what a Portuguese accent is.
Zach?
Diplo!
FNintendo went on to say, do you want to keep going?
No.
Diplo!
FNintendo went on to say that they previously had an 11-year relationship with Nintendo Portugal and apologized for breaking the embargo guidelines. They wrote, "We fully respect Nintendo's decision to cancel the confidentiality agreement between our companies as a result of this breach of trust and accept that we will no longer receive products from Nintendo, nor will we be invited to attend their events."
So we understand that Nintendo will never invite us to their birthday party again. And we'll have to hear about how cool it was from everybody else at school on Monday. Luigi did, oh no.
Oh no.
Luigi did what to Mario?
At least they apologized. Not that Nintendo will give one iota of shit, but it's definitely something. It would definitely suck to have a rogue reviewer decide to destroy your reputation as an outlet, so we feel for them there. How much do these leaks actually hurt Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously annoying, but Nintendo made it sound like there was irreparable harm done, which it's not really the case. The true answer is it didn't really hurt sales at all. Pokemon Sword and Shield would go on to sell 16 million copies in 6 weeks, which is basically the lifetime sales of the last mainline Pokemon games, Sun and Moon. And if you look at the best-selling Pokemon games over the life of the series, Sword and Shield probably won't sell as well as Red, Green, and Blue. That sold more than 31 million copies, but that's already one of the better-selling games in the franchise. So, I mean, Nintendo's not really hurting here. This is kind of just holding a magnifying glass to an ant because they can.
So the leaks didn't really have an impact sales-wise. Some could even make the argument that they caused more hype for the game.
Oh, yeah, well, when it comes to Nintendo, it doesn't matter, because it's always going to be wildly protective of its IP, whether it's Pokemon or other games. You'll never know what Luigi really did to Mario that fateful night, because Nintendo doesn't want you to know.
Yeah, and it's not just leaks either. Nintendo also has a long history of going after fan-made Pokemon games.
Yeah, back in 2016, they sent a cease and desist letter to the person who made Pokemon Prism, which was a fan-made hack of Pokemon Crystal. It was a massive 8-year project that added a new region and 200 Pokemon, but Nintendo shut the project down just days before it was set to release. You gotta wonder if they knew about it maybe before.
Oh, they totally waited.
Have you guys heard of Pokemon My Ass version? That's an actual thing.
Okay. Yeah, and Nintendo also tried to shut down another big fan game, Pokemon Uranium, but it's still available in certain corners of the internet. Totally sucks that they go after these fan-made games because they're really fun and well-made, but you know, we get it, I guess. I don't get it.
No.
I don't, yeah.
Maybe is there a version called Pokemon Uranus? That would really come full circle, wouldn't it? He's laughing.
Oh, Nintendo!
It's a return of Nitneon. Hell yeah.
Nitneon has also gone aggressively after ROM sites over the last few years, ruthlessly. Back in 2018, Nintendo sued Love ROMs and Love Retro in federal court in Arizona over what it calls copyright and trademark infringement. And those were some of the biggest sites to get ROMs. And their lawsuit was for a lot of money, $100 million at least.
That's walking around money.
That led to both Love ROMs and Love Retro just shutting down. And in the aftermath, another site, Emu Paradise, preemptively decided to get rid of its ROMs because it decided that it didn't want to deal with the possible exposure to legal action. A lot of ROM sites did that.
It would be different if Nintendo actually paid attention to backwards compatibility, but like it is so hard to play their backlog if you don't have the consoles and the copies of the game. Anyway, back to Sword and Shield. This isn't the only leaker that Nintendo's going after, right, Zach?
Yeah, another infamous leak happened to the build-up to Sword and Shield. The one happened on November 1st when a picture of Gigantamaxed Machamp was from the game strategy guide popped up on Discord. Then over a dozen more strategy guide pictures showed up on Discord and they spread to 4chan, Reddit, hundreds of other websites, and eventually Nintendo hired forensic experts to hunt down the leakers because Nintendo does not play. If there's one thing we've learned from this whole bag, Nintendo doesn't play. And as an aside, outside forensic experts is all at once the fakest and scariest shit I've ever heard. Nintendo, are you sending shadowy legal men after me? Or the cast of CGI? I really...
CGI.
CSI. You know what I'm trying to say here.
In December, a judge in Seattle ruled in favor of Nintendo and issued a subpoena to compel Discord, 4chan, and others to give up personally identifiable information related to the leaks. But we're still waiting to see how that shakes out.
Yeah.
I have faith in our justice system.
Yeah. Of course, Nintendo's not the only company to go after leakers in a big way. In October, Epic Games sued an alleged leaker who they said shared info about the Chapter 2 release of Fortnite. That was a whole black hole situation when Epic took the whole game offline for 2 days and the internet stood still.
Yeah, but Epic claimed that a user experience tester broke a non-disclosure agreement by tweeting out info like an image of the new map and revealing that players would be able to swim in the new area.
Can't believe it.
Swimming?
In Fortnite?
Like Nintendo, Epic also said that they were going after the leaker, Ronald Sykes,
yeah.
R.I.P. Ronald, because they'd spoiled the surprise for others. Did not expect his name to be Ronald. That name, you gotta do something cool or illegal.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get your,
really gotta-
rep back up on the streets.
Sorry, Ronald McDonald's ruined a lot of things for a lot of people, but no one has been more victim to his reign than
Ronald's?
Than other Ronalds. Yeah.
I know some
I
McDonald's.
don't know,
and
he
they're doing
f***ed the Hamburglar over pretty good.
You wanna f*** the hamburger?
Him and Grimace, that was the doubles threesome right there.
Grimace is so curvy.
The tag team dream team.
Ronald tags in Grimace to take over for doming the
I like to call it a
Hamburglar.
combo
The
clap.
Grimace just puts his entire head into
Dude, I want to sit on Grimace like he's a beanbag.
Baby Jesus watching from the closet.
Zach's
That way.
horny. Should we wait 10 minutes?
Zach's horny.
In the lawsuit, they wrote that he revealed information at the expense of Epic and those in the Fortnite community, who are anxiously awaiting the new season of Fortnite, only to have some of Epic's planned surprises spoiled by Sykes' leaks.
Please say Sykes.
So what's the lesson here, boys?
Well, leaks might be a fact of life in video games, but companies are cracking down harder than ever.
Lesson learned. Let's go home.
Cool.
Yeah, if you're a journalist and you leak stuff, congrats on blowing your wads. The rest of your career is just one big limp dick.
I don't know about you guys, but getting sued sounds like a real boner killer.
Oh, not to me. Be careful out there if you want to leak stuff. Not us though, not us Nintendo. We would never.
No, not the lawyers.
Being sued by Nintendo is a great excuse for impotence.
I think a Gigantamax Machamp is something worth writing home about.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Friday. As an apology for our previous yes, which was replaced with a denim-clad yeehaw. I don't think any of us are wearing that
No,
blue
we're
jean
really
denim
sorry.
today.
We're,
Yeah,
we're swearing off denim.
So yeah, we've gathered everybody in the room today to sing one long choral yes.
Yeah.